Let's talk about CNN. Right now there's a war on terror going on, and a US-led coalition is fighting against Islamic State, also known as ISIS, in Syria and in Iraq. CNN published a big story on a battle taking place in Mosul, an ISIS stronghold in Iraq. Israel is also fighting a terror group that is very similar to ISIS called Hamas, and they're located in a place that's right next to Israel called Gaza. But even though these battles are very similar, for some reason CNN covers Israel entirely differently. Just take a look at the headlines. Battle for Mosul, how ISIS is fighting to keep its Iraqi stronghold. But when Israel is involved, the headlines say, why are so many civilians dying? The death tolls mount. Dozens die in Gaza. Why the double standard? Is it because the US-led coalition forces aren't killing civilians? No, they're killing a lot of them. So far, almost 10 times more than Israel. What did CNN have to say about this? Nothing. They didn't mention the civilian casualties, not even once. Whether it's ISIS or Hamas, in both cases we're talking about fighting terrorism. CNN published its own definition of terrorism. And in their article about the battle in Mosul, they called ISIS terrorists and called their work terrorism no less than 10 separate times. But even though Hamas is designated as a terror organization by almost every government in the Western world, and even though Hamas exactly fits CNN's own definition of a terror group, the number of times that CNN called Hamas a terror organization in these articles, 0. Again, why the double standard? Of course, every civilian casualty is a tragedy. All terrorism is a tragedy. And countries have to be as careful as possible when fighting terrorism, and CNN should be covering these difficult dilemmas. My question is, why do they cover Israel differently than every other country on Earth?